Hey Spuddies, Potatomcwhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 as the Russian Empire in the No Theater Square Culture Victory Challenge. We're continuing to explore with our little missionary over here. He's providing us really good scouting information. A bit ironic that missionaries are better at scouting than scouts, but let's grab this iron so that we can have enough iron to maybe purchase a knight or two if we need to break these cities. We should have pretty good control of Baghdad as far as I can tell. This guy is making a run for his money. A barb camp appeared. Oh, that's annoying. So I'm going to settle right here on the -8, and I'm probably going to move Pengala over there. And we'll head you up to the north as well. We can recruit a great person, a great writer, indeed. And we will create a great writing to sell next turn. We completed the watermill here in Smolensk. Smolensk is now like a pretty reasonable city in terms of production. We want to get our faith generation on. It might also be a good idea to build a settler. We're going to be getting a lot of settlers in this era. And the sooner I get settlers, the better. I really should edit my policy here. I don't plan to build any more units, so I'm going to get rid of maneuver. I'm going to put in unit maintenance up here, and I'm going to put in 50% production towards settlers. Ideally, I should also do... I should have also replaced this with holy site adjacency, because the faith is actually worth more for building settlers than the... other stuff. So let's... Are we going to keep this city or pillage it? Anyway, we're settling here. Alright, we got to think about our next move. Can you come in through here? You go there. You're staying here for a turn. Can you finish this guy? Then you come there. You're going to back up. You're going to come in there. You're going to move here. You're going to move there. I believe this is the way it is for now, but we'll make some changes to this in a moment. I probably should have taken the defense against range attacks. I just quickly clicked on that, like, to get it over with, but it was small mistakes. Are not the end of the world. Okay. We could definitely use a growth tile for Smolensk. So I'm going to force work that. We need a net positive food tile, which is any tile with more than 2 food in it. He wants peace, but I don't want peace. I'm going to kill him. So we're settling right here. Now, unfortunately, loyalty is going to be a problem. So we're going to purchase the monument in here to make it a little bit easier from the loyalty standpoint. And we're going to move Pengala as well. Even though we don't really want to move Pengala because we're getting a lot of benefits from him being in Kazan, I still think it's better. I'm going to move you here. And move you here. Shoot the city. You're going to move here. You're going to shoot the catapult. I'm going to take a promotion. You're going to move into there. We can start hitting the city with these chariots to speed up the siege. Okay, we got not quite a 5-charge builder here, but that's okay. I didn't want to wait anymore. I need to get the loyalty pressure so that I feel safer to settle. How many farms do I have? I have only 1 farm, so it's unlikely that I will get the boost for feudalism. It'd be nice to pick up irrigation. This builder is probably going to... These are all hills. It would be really good to turn these into mines. So this guy's going to come back to help out the main empire. And in the meantime, you're just going to work on stuff like a granary and a watermill. But I think I will get the granary first, and then I'm going to put the lavra down. I want to put it near here, but this is like a really, really good tile. This is also a really good tile. Man. I'm going to put it here instead. Slightly worse tile than this one. Just very, very slightly worse. You heal up a little bit. Let's sell this great work. Perhaps Dido would like to buy it. I can't remember who I sold my great works to already. So she would pay 24 gold per turn. Excellent. That's a lot of gold. It's going to help us out. And then we'll create a new great work. We'll probably hold on to this one for a little bit, just so we have the small amount of tourism generation. I've got a single build charge here. There's no key resources that I need to get online, as far as I can tell, that I have the tech for. Could probably do with some farms in here. It's pretty much the only thing you can build on flood tiles. My people settle where they please. I'm sorry, Gilgamesh. I need to be careful though, because his opinion is going to be severely affected if we're not careful. So I think to prioritize, we're going to get rid of this catapult, because this is a thing that actually threatens us. You're going to come in here. You're going to go there. I think I'm going to pillage for the health. And then take the city next turn. Plus it also gives me time to get this settler in position too. Now if I can, I'll be keeping the city. So you guys can just wait. Anyone got a promotion? Anyone close to a promotion archer-wise? You are. Get you a chunk of experience. More settlers. You're heading this way. I'll probably settle as densely as possible in here. You're heading down to chop and improve these tiles. I'd prefer to lock in the food tiles to keep this city growing. Okay, so now this is the turn that we take this city. I forgot to pillage. Damn it. Okay, this loyalty is much more manageable. Oh well, we can Still pillage and heal up and stuff. I'm worried about this guy dying from being double attacked. So we'll leave that the way it is. Go ahead and get that monument repaired. You're waiting there. You're coming up this way. Now you can see the loyalty in here is much better since we took this city. We still need to take this city and then we'll have a much better loyalty situation overall. Oh. That settler done a little bit quicker. Tornado outbreak over here. That is not great, but also not too bad. Let's go ahead and get the granary and watermill up. Those are actually really key for us. Get you to fall out of there. You're gonna pop in here. You'll pop in here. You'll shoot this guy. You'll shoot this guy. And you'll shoot this guy. I'm gonna get you to pop across the river just so we get vision of Cairo. So I'm probably gonna just pop a couple of knights and purchase a battering ram to get this done quickly to finish off the capital here, because the longer we stay at the war, the more our disadvantages start to rack up. Let's avoid those tornadoes. Harvest the deer for another settler. Okay. Being denounced by her. They're pretty upset about me capturing and conquering all these cities. Yeah, tornado. Okay, Smolensk. What is our long-term goals in here? Settlers, settlers, settlers. Ends up being roughly the same as it was with the deer tile, but we got the advantage of chopping out a settler a couple turns sooner. We want to settle towards the direction of our enemies, if at all possible. Alright. The city is too disloyal to finish this monument, which would help the loyalty. That's kind of ironic. I don't think I have enough turns to wait for these guys to figure their shit out. So I'll start moving archers to get them into position. I'll probably use one chariot as a tank on this tile for a couple of turns while I just get a bit of knowledge. You head this way. Your job to explore is continuing. I'll take a single envoy with Vilnius for the extra culture. No peace. Oh, I don't have a unit garrisoning the city. That's why the loyalty concern is so bad. Damn it, I can't believe I made that mistake. Making a lot of kind of sloppy mistakes. Alright, we definitely would like to get Mont Saint Michel. It's not a requirement, but it would be really, really nice. I'm also safe now to change out of oligarchy into this one. Settler production, and now we plug in Holy Site, we get rid of urban planning, we put in serfdom for the extra bill charges, And yep, I'm happy with all of those things. So now when we settle this city, we'll get a 5 charge builder. This will also provide extra loyalty in the area. There's a good farm triangle here. I'm going to build it up for the sake of it. Why don't you go exploring Sumeria's territory. Every little inch of loyalty pressure we can put on this city is a good thing. This city is going to immediately build a commercial hub right there on that hill. But first it needs a granary and a watermill. I have the money to purchase those if I wish. Work the growth tile. We'll get you some production tiles later. Probably every tile in my empire will be replaced with national parks at some point, so that's something to consider. The monument. I will eventually need to take care of this stuff too. Alright, I think I'm going to accept demands from the AI to try and make them more amenable to good relationships with me. I'm hoping that this promotion will keep this archer alive. It is, I still think it's like one of the dumbest things in the game that this city, like I have a massive army like garrisoning this city and it can flip independent. Victoria's captured Babylon. I don't have enough diplomatic favor. I would have to trade for it, which I don't want to do. Yeah, I think it's dumb that like cities can rebel and like it's not the rebelling that's dumb. It's the pushing your units out of the borders that's dumb to me. That's the part that really gets me. It's like my units are magically kicked to the curb for why? Oh, I can't put woods on these tiles, so I will make these into farms. Because that'll make the city a really good growth candidate. I was really hoping that Archer would survive. I'll vote for it. Why not? She's like miles away from me. I was really, really hoping that that Archer would survive. Okay. We're going to grab a knight. And we're going to purchase a battering ram. And hope, beyond hope, that we are going to make it. I definitely need to pick up irrigation. Two knights should be good enough to take this city. Apparently he's actually losing this city, which is really good for me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we will have to settle Tundra, but we need to settle it carefully. Okay, awesome. We have a farm triangle in here that'll help feed the city. I could extend this and actually give 2 of these tiles to Kazan. No peace, no peace. As much value as I would get from the peace deal, I can't take it. Give me your money though. 7 gold's not enough. It's so annoying that this city is going to go independent. But what can you do? We'll battering ram it in a turn or two. Swordsman is coming to hunt. Okay. Builder. I think we should improve stuff like this. Keep exploring. If I could take Mecha, I would actually be kind of happy. You took a hit.
Thousands have lived.
Thankfully, I don't have Swordsman unlocked, so it's only warriors that were spawned. God, I love that mechanic. It's so gameable. This time, you are going to settle right here. You're going to fall back. You're going to improve that. You're going to head here and then stand there. So I've got a battering ram in range of the city, so we can do serious damage to it. So I'm going to do chariot first, then knight, then knight. Now that the walls are down, these guys will do much more effective damage to the city. And we'll come back and take care of Baghdad later. Okay. Apprenticeships. I should really not be chopping any forests at all, actually. I regret this mine. I should only put mines on strategic resources. This actually got hit by a tornado, which is kind of annoying. So I want lumber mills early this game because I'm going to be preserving as many of my forests as possible and planning out stuff. I also need to get to conservation early. I also need to build walls. I think it would be okay to maybe harvest a couple of these marshes, get the city to grow. Grab the watermill because it gives us production. You're going to move across here. You're going to move across here. Bait these guys into attacking you to thin the herd. There's another volcano over there. I think this is on Disaster Intensity 3. I can't remember. There's no theater square in this city as far as I remember. And I think the rule is if we capture a city with a theater square, we have to delete it. Okay, so baiting them into attacking has worked. Okay, this turn I feel pretty comfortable just going all out with my damage. I shouldn't have because I'm going to lose another unit or two. That's okay. We're just reducing the number of units we have to support. Magnus has been kicked out. We don't need Pingala anymore. If I could rapid grow Astrakhan, actually, I could get some serious value from this. Having Pingala established in here. First thing we want to do is work on a Lavra. There is a +7 right here. We also need to be taking note of potential national parks. Like right here is a national park. I'm going to be putting it on the top part of the diamond. For example, like right here is a national park too. What we're going to be trying to do is just maximize the number of national parks because these can be all owned by this city. These could be all owned by Astrakhan, so there's another national park right here. We'd have to chop and fill this in with forests. This is going to be one of our main sources of tourism. There could be another national park in here. So before I need to get this done before I start placing cities and districts and stuff because I'll have extremely limited options once I start placing those. So I want to know where my limits are before I start placing things. Okay. So there could be one up here too, but this is farmland, so I'm going to avoid putting one up here. This hilly terrain may be good to avoid. I can't put one here because I have this improved. I could put one here. Okay, but can a city own all 3 of these tiles? That is the difficult question. 1, 2, 3. So Astrakhan can own all of these tiles, so yes. There's quite a few different things you have to take into account when you're trying to place these. If I deleted this mine, I'm pretty sure this could be a national park. So I could put one there, but I do want to put a campus there. So I'm going to leave this out and it'll just be a ski resort. I'll put the ski resort on this to remind myself that I don't plan to put a national park there. This is long-term planning that we're doing. Where's the ski resort? There it is. So I don't want to incorporate luxuries or strategics into my national park plan. There could, in theory, be a national park here, but the appeal is too low and it's too like messed up unless I were to own Mecca. Okay, well, this gives me confidence to the point where I feel like I can safely put my Lavra here because it's not going to block this national park. Probably blocked actually a pretty decent national park right there. Now that I look at it, that was actually a really decent national park and I regret putting it there. I could have very easily put it here. And not blocked a really good national park, but I can always put the national park up here instead. Of course, this national park is going to have a slight negative because it does have a mine luxury beside it. Yeah, this would have been a really good national park, but I... One, two, three. So I can't have one here. I need a new city. But I think we've got our national park sort of started to be placed. It's time to grab Moksha. And Moksha is going to go into the capital in the next 2 turns after Magnus is done. I think... What do I want to... I want to put lumber mills here eventually, and I feel like it's just more efficient to harvest these and get bigger cities. I don't really have production tiles in the city, though. That's fine. If I have like a really highly populated city, it'll still be useful. In other ways. So I think I'm gonna keep the deer. I could harvest the deer and put a lumber mill. I think I harvest the deer and put a lumber mill is the better move. So I want to be careful about any other chopping that I do because I need those old growth forests to give me tourism. You want to buy these for a reasonable price, okay? No peace. You're a dead man. He's probably going to get a kill on me. Oh, he didn't. Oh, right. His city doesn't have shots anymore. Ha. 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 Get wrecked. I would like a little bit more experience on my archers if I could get it. That's it. So, there's 2 important things we just did. A, we killed another player. That's important. But more importantly, we killed another leader of a religion. So that's actually a really significant thing to do. We can't delete Cairo, but there is no theater square in here, which is great. There is a Machu Picchu and a campus. Let's get some repairs done. So the loyalty over here now should be very much so in my favor. So I have liberty to kind of settle all I want. We just have to clean up Baghdad. And then we've got this like firmly in our grasp. And, like, I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably very easily transition this into a domination victory, right? I have knights, I have the strategics for knights, all that sort of stuff. Let's get shopping here. So I'm going to harvest the deer, partially because I wanted the lava sooner, but partially because I want to put lumber mills here. And I might harvest the sheep as well, so that I can put a lumber mill here. I want to have as many lumber mills as possible. Harvest the marsh, force the city to even grow taller. You continue to explore, my good friend Gilgamesh. Now, killing an AI is going to give me a lot of grievances. So that's something I need to be careful of. These guys are going to be very upset with me for a long time. And I also need to finish off conquering this city. Or retaking this city. This city is now locked. We got the settler in here. We're going to go ahead and build a harbor because this city needs the harbor to grow. It's not a very good harbor, but it is a harbor. We also need to build ancient walls. Like, that's on the cards too. Once we get to Divine Right. I got to figure out where I'm going to be building Mont Saint Michel. And I also want to build the St. Basil's Cathedral if I could. Ideally, it needs to be beside the city center, I believe. Yeah, and it would really help out religious tourism. If I can get Mont Saint Michel and St. Basil's Cathedral, I'm in a good spot. But we'll see what we can pull off. The watermill gives long-term returns, so we're going to work on that. Yeah, I got a lot of grievances. I'm losing 8 per turn, which is great. Shrine. Okay, I'm trying to think about, like, how do I navigate my way through this? I need a knight down here to fight these swordsmen that are appearing. I think a mine here is perfectly reasonable. He's going to pillage this and be annoying. God damn it. Bring the archer, even though it's hurt. Battering ram can stay there. This builder has done his job. Well, no, we can get rid of more marshes and force the city to grow even larger, which is exactly what we want to do. We want this city to be a huge pop, so when Pingala activates, he, you know, he does good things. So I want to settle down here, but I'm scared to send this guy on his own. I'd really like to settle coastally, like right there. Feels pretty good to me. Because then we could do Amundsen Scott Research Center down here at some point in the future. Off the back of a harbour, helping develop the city. I also want to make sure I settle up here too. So this is also on my mind. So I need a lot of settlers. Magnus needs to be moved now. So we're going to assign Moksha to the capital for faith or loyalty or for faith pressure. And then we're going to assign Magnus to Cairo so that we can purchase settlers here and then have them in range of the places we want to settle. Because settlers right now, they're only 400 faith and we're making like 100 per turn. There's like 20 turns left, so we should be able to buy 4 to 5 settlers out of that city before the end of the time. Yeah, I'm going to meet their demands to try and lower the chance that they decide that going to war with me is the right move. Favorable trade deals, see this? So yeah, these need to drain. They are going down, thankfully, pretty quickly. But people are upset with me, and if my friendship ends with Sumeria and they still have a negative opinion of me, I'll be in a rough spot. But I think otherwise I'll be fine. I don't think it's worth it to build that in here. I do want to get the temple. Do some damage. That's a promotion. Do some damage. Do some damage. Finish the city. Okay, so Baghdad has been like pretty roughed up. 300 diplomatic favor. We're going to keep the city. And repair the monument. Okay, so I feel like that first episode was really, really like nerve-wracking. The second episode was just like, okay, how do we overcome this? And now this third episode is like, how do we set ourselves up for the future of the game? And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this right now. I feel like our main objective now is to capture just as much territory as possible so that we can spam out national parks, which are going to be one of our main sources of tourism this game, because we don't really have viable coastlines for things like, what do you call them? What's the thing that you go to on holidays? Seaside Resort. That's the one. I don't know why I clicked on Russia. We haven't been making good use of our lavras. We haven't been making good use of the Grand Embassy, so I think our priorities are going to be to get commercial hubs and harbors online to get extra trade routes to make up for the fact that we're going to be a bit behind in technology. We can kind of skip out on campuses a little bit. I do want campuses at some point. And I would also actually like to maybe purchase Isidore of Miletus, which is a really, really tough position to be in because I don't want... Well, is there a wonder that I want to build? It would really, really help me getting the Mont Saint Michel. I could basically finish it with Isidore of Miletus. So I might save my faith for that and sacrifice settler production for that. That might just be something we have to do. I don't know why it is, but my brain... does anyone else's brain just do this thing? Like, think up, like, see, like really, like, normal sounding things, like, Isidore of Miletus. And then, like, insert words that are inappropriate, like, Isidore of my fetus. It's like, why, brain? Why do you have to do this to me? And, like, now, like, and... unless I actually said that out loud, it was going to be, like, just repeating in my head, just over and over, Isidore of my fetus, Isidore of my fetus, like, constantly. It's almost like Tourette's or something, dude. I just can't stop myself. Like, there's, like, this urge, this overwhelming urge to say inappropriate things. That's, like, really difficult. And I mean, really difficult to not do. There's Machu Picchu. Well, we actually have. We stole Machu Picchu. We also have catapults and aqueducts. More importantly, we are working our way towards the machinery technology, which will give us the ability to build lumber mills in our wood tiles, which will act as sources of production that we wouldn't otherwise have. Right, we're going to get all these guys to heal up. And we're going to take the emplacement promotion here to make them just good at fighting cities. We'll get this battering ram to hang out there, and we will fortify until healed. You're going to swing down here into Tver, and then you'll go ahead and chop that to get this city into a better position when it comes to population. So I think now we can finish up chopping away at these places. And interestingly, I think I can put a temporary mine here without really hurting the long-term growth of my my empire, and having the ability to get a little bit more production in here. Right, the capital has produced a harbor. Now I really need to catch up in my science production. So I'm going to be sending this to... It's only an extra 1 science here for an extra 3 gold. And I think, oh, here's 9411. I like the idea of getting the production, though. Let's organize them by gold, because gold is really, really valuable to me. 9411. I actually like this. This is like all of the resources I want to get, minus food and production. Like, arguably, this one right here is actually better, but I would actually prefer to get the extra gold, because I can use gold all over my empire to help me out. Let's go ahead. We need to have an idea of how big Samaria is going to be, because I have a pretty good idea that Sumeria is going to be our #1 enemy here in this game. So I just want to confirm that by getting a little bit of knowledge. Right. We completed the monument in here. Now, we also need to do a bit of an analysis here about where our national parks are going. So for sure, we could theoretically fit a national park in here. But the question is, would it be better to just do some lumber mills over here and maybe put a national park over here instead? I mean, these are both viable options. Let's see. Yeah, I think these two national parks are definitely viable, so I want to make sure I have these marked out so I don't do anything to prevent them. I think I'm gonna delete this cattle to be able to place another district, in particular the Lavra. The earlier we get the Lavra, the more faith we get from it, so that's always a good thing. We're in the process of rebuilding this city, so that's fine to work on that. You are going to go there. By the way, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I think I did like subconscious code switching here as I was in the video, because normally I would talk a little bit more higher paced and a little bit higher paced when I'm doing like my YouTube videos, but I kind of like slipped into my more like casual voice that I use sometimes when I'm just talking to like my friends, and like it's still the same person, like it's still me, but I just when you're making YouTube videos, like basically I try to have a bit more energy, you know what I mean? Because I'm in my day-to-day life, I'm a very calm and evenly paced talking pattern with like lots of stops and lots of gaps, a lot of thoughtful pauses. Anyway, right, so the builder, we are going to be putting him where? We have 2 build charges left on him. See, this whole national park thing that we have to like keep in mind is making my life a little bit more difficult, because normally I'd be able to make these decisions really, really quickly. I think in the scope of this moment, we're going to put a farm triangle down here. Yeah, I like that. Some good exploration happened. Looks like the city has been hit by a couple of volcanoes. There's a lot of there's actually a lot of open terrain over here. So if we could, from a loyalty standpoint, maybe settle in down here, we'd get a lot of extra faith generation and also room for national parks. Right, there's ironworking. Wait, why am I only getting 22 FPS? Hold on. Game. I just noticed that I've only been getting like 22 FPS this whole time. Ah, man, I had some programs in the open in the background. Alright, I'm really, really sorry about that, guys. The frame rate's gonna look really, really bad for this video. Fuck. I had my video editing software open in the background and it was like eating up all of my system resources. Because I was editing a video earlier. Now it's like so much smoother. I don't know how I didn't notice that. My bad. Gotta sanitize your workstations. And I just had like a really inappropriate thought. And on that note, we are gonna end the video. I love you all very, very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.